My dear friends, I start by asking a question. If today you win a lottery of like Kenya shillings, 50 million or 10 million, what would you do with that money? I know many people will answer me, the first thing will be to take a holiday to Hawaii. Maybe another person will say, maybe I will buy the most expensive car around, a V8 or a Prado. Maybe another one will say, I'll build a mansion, a big house, and I'll live in there with my family. Maybe another person will say, oh, I will buy, maybe I will invest in a business, or maybe something like that. Whatever you choose to do with that money is one of the things that explains the purpose for your life. My dear friends, one of the common misconceptions of having a purposeful life is that the purpose of life is based on the amount of money, the wealth that we have, status, or even power that an individual has achieved. Yet even though these can be goals, and I want you to differentiate goals and purpose. All these one I've stated can be goals. Although you may achieve them, you may achieve a position, you achieve big monies, but you find that there is an empty feeling, like something is still missing in your life. And this, what is missing is what I'm calling the purpose for your life. A purposeful life should not be based on what the society dictates. Like now, the society dictates that if you want to be happy, you need big things and wealth, but that is not what the purposeful living is based on. Although everyone lives purposeful life differently from the other, but there is that which your soul is actually searching to fill the void or the missing link. One of the wonderful gifts of the human being is that you have the ability and option to choose to live your life the way you want it. There isn't a set rule that forces humans or a guidebook that teaches you as a human person on how to live a purposeful life. It's more of an individual rule or how happy you are with yourself and with your life. In other words, nothing else really matters if you aren't really following your soul's purpose. And if you are not doing what makes you feel complete or loved, not by another person, but loved by yourself. The good news is that I've come up with 7 steps that you can follow and that you can also encourage others. And these 7 steps can foster a greater sense of purpose in one's life. And these 7 steps, I begin with step number 1. 1. Align your life with what you care about. One of the most important factors of learning how to live a purposeful life is to understand what life specifically is, not for others but for you. When you are not being true to yourself, it may seem as if you are walking in a darkness or in a fog. You've realized that you are busy doing something, but still you feel bored. You are teaching in a school, but you don't feel fulfillment. You find that you rest, but you are always tired. And even sometimes the smallest tasks makes you to be overwhelmed to the core. These are some of the signs that you are living a life which is not yours. While living a purposeful life may not guarantee you a higher salary, it will actually give you a desire to be part of something that is bigger than yourself, and the reward is priceless. Number 2, recognize the things you care about. Living life with purpose basically means applying your individual skills in a manner that contributes to the greater good, but in a way that has meaning to you. What I mean that you have to recognize what you care about, what gives you benefit as a person, and what helps you to attain your goals in life. It's beneficial to ask yourself what you are good at. What skills do you possess? What can be used for a cause? What are your talents? Do you have any? And I think every human person has a talent. What has meaning to you in the community where you live? Just ask yourself what you are good at to help recognize what you care about. By reflecting on and answering on these questions, you will find your interests and learn how these interests can bring purpose to your life. Number 3, the step 3, trust yourself. Trust yourself and do not worry about what others think. Many times, people who have no trust of themselves, they always look at what others think about them. For those who live a purposeful life, it is their values and core beliefs that influence their decisions and determine what their short and long-term priorities are. It is not about what others think. It's what guides and shapes your daily actions. It's natural to live by the rules of others, but there is actually no right or wrong way to live your life. If you follow your intuition and trust your gut, you live your life with a clear conscience and be able to know what best is for you. And you know, conscience is our last court. It's a place where we base our arguments. And you know, everyone who has a formed conscience, the conscience will always lead you to the right decision. In order to live a purposeful life, you must learn to trust yourself and your ability to make the decisions that are best for you. Don't wait for others to make decisions for you. Number 4, develop positive emotions. Developing positive emotions such as gratitude can help you to find purpose. The reason being is that positive emotions are directly linked to caring about others and finding your meaning in life, as well as your overall well-being. Having a direct link with your positive emotions can help you to have a better focus on how you can contribute to this world. Mark you, we live because there is something that God wants us to contribute to the good of this world. So practicing gratitude allows you to reflect on the blessings of your life and allows you to pay a blessing forward by blessing others. Just think about this. From this morning, many things happened to you. Are you happy and are you grateful about them? It is easier to learn to let go of whatever is bad or failure and be content with the purpose for our life. This is often interpreted as a scenario in which someone may discover the value of money as part of their being blessed. And this I have heard many people, when they have money, a lot of money, they have won a lottery, when maybe sometimes they have gotten money even sometimes through wrong ways, they say God has blessed me. And maybe the money you have gotten is gotten from corruption means. This is we need to understand the difference between wants and needs. Some things we want, but maybe what we want is not what we need. Many times when we confuse these two. My dear friend, step number 5, empower others. One of the best advantages of living a purposeful life is that while you are discovering your strengths and skills, you gain a sense of pride while being at service to your community and to others. Without this self-awareness, you will not be able to use the skills, because the skills are only beneficial when they are helping others. This does not require physical strength, but it requires powerful emotion and belief that can be used to empower others. I have seen people who gain happiness when they help a poor person or when they give to a cause like a children's home, or they give to a cause, or they take a person through education. So by living a purposeful life, you'll be able to encourage others and help others to have personal gain through you. Empowering others to believe in themselves, to live their life without restraints or survival through pleasing another, will in turn encourage them to empower others, and it becomes a cycle of you empower others and those others empower more others, and it becomes a way of life. The more positive others feel about themselves because of your words or your actions, the more positivity they pass to others. It is a continuous cycle of positivity. My dear friends, step number 6, let go of failure and be content with what you have. Life is never easy, but it can be easier if you learn to let go of failure and be content with the purpose that you have. Choosing to pursue a life that isn't aligned with your purpose will only lead to a life that is demanding of you. It is important to put the failures behind you and be content with your present state. If you know what you need in life, you will not look for higher things that you cannot attain. You will not count yourself a failure if you don't have what others have. For example, turning a job down that goes beyond your belief system and entails duties that defy the trust that you have of yourself or the values that you have of yourself doesn't mean that you are a failure. On contrary, it means that your purpose in life goes beyond a powerful position or a lucrative position or job. It means that you are content and you have found purpose in life. Believing in yourself and having inner peace is more valuable than having power. My dear friends, I want you to think of this. You may be a very good Catholic, a very good Christian, but you get a job in maybe a drug manufacturing industry. And you find that sometimes you know that this drug goes to spoil young people. This drug goes to spoil the community and the society. This drug is even breaking families. Is your conscience clean if you take a managerial position? At times, if you live a purposeful life, you may realize that working in such a company does not align with the purpose for your life. Number 7, live in and for the moment. Life has a tendency to have people waiting for better opportunity, a better moment, a time in the future when the magic will happen and everything will simply fall into place. You know, sometimes people wait for that magic word, magic opportunity, magic moment. You may think that you are ready to jump into action when this day finally comes. However, the day will actually come, or it may never arrive until you make a decision for it to arrive. If you wait for opportunities to arrive and to come and find you seated, my dear friend, you know that you don't live a purposeful life. Discover how to live a more purposeful life by learning to stop waiting for better circumstances and instead make use of the present moment. Marvel at the moment that you live in. Be happy with what you have now. Don't be happy to wait for others or even compare yourself with others. My dear friend, people who live their life with purpose, they cherish each other and they cherish every moment of their life. They live a life without regret. Even if something bad happens, instead of looking at that bad happening, you can look for a positive thing that has happened. So instead of putting your happiness on something that may or may not happen in the future, take joy in what is going on around you and at this very particular moment. You are in a job, a joy. Take that moment that you have to be a happy job. You are in a school, don't wait to go for transfer to another school so that you can be happy. Be happy with what you have. Be happy with the school that you are in. My dear friends, values and purpose for life is what makes life to move on. I want you to take your pen so that you can go through this simple exercise. I want you to take a pen and write this. I am endowed with. There I want you to write the skill that you have, the talent, the special talent that you have as a person. What do you think God has endowed you with? So write, I acknowledge that I'm endowed with. You can fill that gap. Number 2, what type of a person are you called to be? You write, I feel I am called to. There is something that God has called you to do. What do you think is your special calling as a human person, as a unique person? Some unique call that you have, and everyone has. Number 3, what desire do you have? And you write this, I desire to use my gifts to do 1, 2, 3. And this desire you have must be a desire to use your gifts and talent to influence the society, to change the society. And then finally, it's a prayer. Help me, God, so that I can achieve 1, 2, 3 goals that I have, or this purpose I have for my life. At this, my dear friend, you have come with a purpose mission statement. Come up with a purpose mission statement, and let that be a statement that sits on your table wherever you work, a statement that is kept next to your bed as you sleep, so that it can be reminding you on the purpose that you are alive for. Your personal fulfillment, joy, and meaning are not any other's responsibility, but it is your responsibility. Finding purpose is like anything else. It's like finding a new life. People tend to get excited and attempt to jump in with the body feet when they discover their purpose in life. Finding purpose, my dear friend, will make you happy. Don't just live this life. Live this life with a purpose. You are a parent, that maybe is part of your purpose in life, but don't just be an ordinary parent. Be a parent who has a purpose. You are a priest like me, don't just live being a priest. Be a priest with a purpose. You are an engineer, don't just be an ordinary engineer. Be an engineer who has a purpose and has a calling to be an engineer. You are a medical doctor, don't just be any doctor. Be a doctor with a purpose, because that talent, that skill that you have must have an impact in the society. My dear friend, let us live a purposeful life, and by living a purposeful life, it is also about money and about achievements, not about the position, but it is about what you are in the society. Maybe having a purpose in life, maybe it is like writing your eulogy. How will we eulogize you? Sometimes people try to think about what to say at the funeral. Let us live a peaceful life so that people can have a way of eulogizing us for why we came into this world. Thank you. May you subscribe to this channel for more of these talks. Thank you. I'm Father Jeremiah Mutuku. I'm a priest of the Catholic Diocese of Kitui. I'm a priest psychologist and a priest counselor. Thank you.